Hey, hi guys. It's me again. I hope you're hanging in. If you're hanging in, thank you. If you're not, you think I'm full of shit. Well, think what you want. I don't really care. To tell you the truth, I don't care. Not to say I care about nothing. So, yeah. Well, this story is New Lost Boys versus Eltons and the Lockheed Stompers. They're the Puerto Rican gangs that were from Brownsville, East New York. And tough guys. I mean, these guys weren't slouches. They came from Puerto Rico. They had a hard life, so they worked and fought hard too, man. So I mean, I had quit school. I had it with school. The education system in New York sucked for guys like me. It was terrible, terrible. Partially my own fault. I'm not going to blame it all on the system, but a lot of it had to do with the system. And the political, the political things that they put us through, it sucked. So what I did was, I quit school, and I went to work for Consumer Carpet. Now Consumer Carpet was was Harry Skolnick. He did mostly work for Macy's, Gimbels, things like that. So that's what I did, and I kind of liked it when I went out as a helper. I mean, you're working in different houses, seeing different neighborhoods, different people, and I really, really got into it, which became my trade for life. So, but they didn't have work every day. I'd sit on a bench, wait for a mechanic to pick me and go to work. So now I'm off on, I think it was a Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it was. So I'm off that day, and I go to my uncle's butcher, and it's freezing cold. I mean, you could smell the snow in the air. It was really, really terrible. So I go in the butcher, and I'm hanging out. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? So Mr. Nero comes in, and Nero's my mentor. He's my spiritual guide. He's everything to me. At that time, my mother and father gave me they gave me my not my style. They taught me respect. They taught me how to respect things, respect people, and work hard. Nero gave me my style and my character, and between the two of them, it worked pretty good. I think I had good character. I think I was a good guy, except for these things. But I think I was a pretty good guy. So Mr. Nero came to the butcher shop, and we went across the street to Benny's to get something to eat, and we would get like a tuna on toast and with tomato and lettuce. It was, great big sandwich. Benny was real generous with his sandwiches, and Nero and I would do this quite often. We would do this, and we'd wash it down, which he taught me how to drink. I drank a Dr. Brown celery soda at first. You gotta, it's like espresso coffee. You gotta get used to it. You gotta get, when you first do it, espresso's bitter. Celery soda is sour. It tastes bitter and sour, but you get used to it and you love it. I loved it. So, and that's what I did. We would do that all the time. I drink celery soda today if I can get it, wherever I can get it. So, it's really, really that good. So, I take my uncle. I take a container of hot chocolate and a container of coffee across the street. Nero goes back to the park, and he said, "Man, this is too cold, man. I'm going home myself." I said, "Yeah, man, it's freezing. It got cloudy. It's gonna snow. It's gonna snow." So what he did was he leaves, and I go in the butcher, and I give my uncle the coffee, and I'm sitting there in the front of the window, the big window. There was a case, and I would lean up there, and my friends would pass, and hi, how you doing? Blah, blah. They come in, say hi. What are you gonna do tonight? Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? So I'm sitting in the window, and all of a sudden I see these high school kids running. They came from Thomas Jefferson. Now they probably got off the train or the bus or train, and they're running down New Lots Avenue. Right behind them is 6 Puerto Ricans, and the bandanas, the whole thing, holding antennas, chasing these poor kids. These kids are the good kids in the neighborhood. They're not New Lots boys. They're really good kids. So, but they're chasing them, and they want to give them beatings, thinking maybe they're New Lots boys. So, my uncle looks at me and goes, "Mind your own business." I go, "Uncle Frank, this is my business. I rape off my New Lots Avenue is my business. All right, I rip off my apron. I run out. I'm chasing these 6 dudes. Did I have a plan? I doubt it. Even if I did, I'm one guy against 6 dudes with antennas. I got no weapons, you know. I should have took a cleaver, but I didn't do nothing. So I'm running after them. I'm running down New Lots Avenue to Essex and New Lots. It was Patsy's Barbershop was there, you know, and I catch the last guy, and I'm like, bang, bang, up against the window. I'm like, bang, and I'm throwing him against the window. The other guys come back. You know, one at a time. One guy comes back, starts whipping me. I turn around. He whips me on my neck. I grab him, and I'm hitting him, and the other guys are whipping me. Bang, bang, and I'm throwing punches. I knocked the 2 guys out, and I'm still, you know, but they're whipping the shit out of me, you know. Meanwhile, Ira, my friend Ira, is in the barbershop getting a haircut. He runs out, you know, starts helping me. Tommy Patrizzo and Louis Basio were driving a dump truck. They jump out of the truck. Bang, they help me. You know, now there's not a lot of us, there's more of them, but they split. They're splitting, you know, Tommy and they're chasing him, I chased this one Puerto Rican guy across the street where St. Gabriel's was. And now I got him on I tackle him, and he's on the steps of the where the nuns stay, you know, in the rectory. So, you know, I got him on the steps, and I'm like, bang, bang, I'm punching the shit out of him, bang, bang, you know, and he's trying to fight, but I got him. He's a pretty big guy, so I'm not giving up. I'm on him. I'm not letting up, man, for 1 second. Meanwhile, Tommy and Louie come over, and I say, grab his arms. So they grab his arms, and I hold him, and I'm like, and he's up against these sharp brick steps, and I'm like, boom, bang, bang. I'm beating the shit out of him, you know. I'm really hurting him. I'm knocking him out. He's going, I'm gonna come back with a shotgun. I said, listen to me real carefully. You're gonna die today. You gotta be, your brother better come back with a shotgun. And bang, and I knocked him out. I knocked him out. Meanwhile, the door opens. Who comes out? Like 3, 4 nuns. They're looking at me in such disgust. And I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't know what to say. What am I going to say? How am I going to defend myself? You know, they don't know the whole story. They only know what they see, you know? So there's nothing I could say. I said, ladies, I'm sorry, ladies. You know, and then, you know, Tommy's like, Richie, all right, he had enough, man. So they go back to the truck. Ira goes back to the barbershop. And I just thought then, you know, I was in a T-shirt, you know. I had my apron on, a T-shirt and a butcher. I just got the chill. I felt it, you know. I felt the chill in my body. I regained that chill, you know. I'm like, oh, man, I'm freezing now. Let me go back. It was damp and cold. So I went back, you know. I went back to the butcher shop, you know. And I knew, listen, I knew there was going to be a ripple effect here. I knew that something's going to happen here, you know. They're not going to just let this go. They're going to come back, you know. So, you know, you know, at this point, what am I going to do? This is what I like to do. This is what I prepare to do, you know. And I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it, you know, no matter what. I didn't care anymore, you know. I thought I was a pretty decent guy. I worked hard. I love work, you know. You might think it's crazy, you know. But, you know, I love to work, you know. Looking at the nuns, I could still see their face. It was hysteria in their voices, you know, when they would tell me, leave him alone, you know. But I was in a blackness moment, you know, where I didn't care, you know. I'm sure they thought it was nightmarish and savage, you know. Even Tommy grabbed me and said, Q, that's it, you know. So, there wasn't much to say to them in my defense, so I just walked away, man. I ain't sorry, but I walked away, you know. I told you that already, you know. My adrenaline was pumping. All I could see was the contempt, you know, and the nuns, you know. We had no weapons, and it felt morally right. You the reader, have to judge this for yourself. It may have been the way the Puerto Ricans grew up in Puerto Rico. I never heard of them calling the cops, you know. They were more like us. When it came to cops, the cops get in the way. You know, cost your money, cost your lawyers. It's all bullshit with them, you know. What I knew was there was going to be that ripple effect. They would be back and forth, and we would have no idea when they would come. And we had to work. We had to prepare for war, and the war was coming. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.